Hi everyone, this is Lucy from Sweet Poppy Stencils, and for this video what I want to show you is the benefits of still working with the clear finishing wax, but also we're bringing in another product, which is our mica gum. And this is because with our mica powders, anybody that has done the heat technique with us knows that you have to use a mica that does not have a binder inside. And this is what the mica gum is. The mica gum is your binder. Now it will come in two forms. It can come in a powder form or it can come in a liquid form. We've moved away to the liquid form now because when we were using the powder form, what I found is when I made a paint with it, I got a little bit of powder residue on the sponges, but with the mica gum I don't seem to get this. So I will explain how we go about making our paints, how we go about creating sprays, and also how we go about doing gilding wax. So it's going to be a full-on demonstration. So to start off with, this is our beautiful burlesque. This is a new mica powder that's just come on board, and it's a fabulous, real rich, deep pinky purple. I suppose like a magenta colour. Right, so I've got a little spray bottle and I've got about half full of water. So this is how we make our sprays. So if I just put the mica in, shake it, it'll look like that it's worked, but the problem that we get is no binder in. As soon as it's dry, what will happen is as soon as you rub it, it will all come off. So you can see, this is when I did a TV and I absolutely love this background. I didn't get a chance to use it. So I will use it in a project at some stage. So we're going about a heaped quarter teaspoon of mica. Take off, pop that to one side. You imagine a beautiful wax in that colour. It's brilliant. It means that you can use any pigments, even cheap old crushed eyeshadow would work as long as you're using the gum with it. You're now going to put in your mica gum, and you're doing about the same equivalent. So if you're using quarter teaspoon of mica powder, it would be about a quarter teaspoon of mica gum to it. Whether you're making a paint, a wax, any of it, it's the same ratio. So pop that down. If I was using the powder, it would be quarter teaspoon. So there's no difference there. So we just pop the lid on and you're going to give it a real good mix. Now you can see these, they've settled, but as soon as I shake them, they don't have any ball bearings in. I've not felt the need to put a ball bearing in. If you are going to put ball bearings in, then you would need to make sure they're stainless steel so they don't rust. And they just will mix. So these can lie for about a week in my box and they mix, and you can see the beautiful micas in there. Now what I would say is, because it's mica, sometimes you'll find that it'll clog up in the little stems of the spray bottles. All you do is you would take that out, take the lid off, get some clear water, and you would just keep on pumping through until it was clear and unblocked, and then it'll go back to being used again. So we've got our beautiful burlesque spray now. So let's just pop that to one side and get a bit of cardstock in. And whoops, helps if I spray it first. So get it into your bottle first, and then you're just spraying. So, excuse the heat gun. So, dry in between. If I dab that away, I'm going to take a lot of it off. It's not as intense as a dye-based ink. It's softer. You've got to remember that all the time, that it's a softer spray that you're making. So let's give this one a shake. This is our sapphire. And again. Obviously, don't use your heat gun on your heat mat. It's not the best thing to do. Pop a little heat sheet underneath if you've got it. So a little bit dark there. So I'm taking a little bit away. I'll have to make some more at some stage of my olive gold. And even though you've done this, you can still stamp on it. It's, you know, all you're doing is you're creating your background, which is brilliant. And for this one, all I've used is the olive gold, the sapphire, and a little bit of the gold pearl. And then I've just over stamped with a distressing, just to give it that softness. So that is a real quick show on how to make your sprays. So let's go to your waxes. So quick cleanup. So to make your waxes, so I have, where's my stash? Right, I've got a wax here that was made at a workshop close to 2 years ago. And it's not in an airtight pot, and it's still smooth and soft. To make your waxes, all you're going to do is, so we will go in with, have I got, let's go in with a little bit of olive gold. So where's my little applicator? So if we're doing our waxes, again, about 1/4 heat teaspoon. This is why we give you great big pots of the mica powders, because we want you to play with it. So in with our wax, and again it's about the same ratio again. So I'm just going to clean off my tools, and all I'm going to do is, and the little pots that I'm using, these are not airtight pots, so if you've got any little jam jar pots or anything like that, go ahead, you could use those, they'll be fine. Now, you do need a heat gun for this, because I do recommend that you melt it before using it as it is. A little bit more wax there, because I just feel that it blends amazing. So, see, this helps it blend together just by melting it down. So as soon as it's melted, it's immediately cooling off straight away, straight in your pot. So you have now got a specialist wax. You've got your olive gold, which, you know, you would struggle to buy these colours. There we go. So I'm just putting in, mixing it with some old. I'm just going to do a quick, very gentle, because it's a plastic pot. Lovely. Okay. Just wanted it blended a little bit better than what it was. There we go. So I've now got in my pot a beautiful olive gold wax. So the way I work with mine, and it's not a rule that you've got to work, it's how you feel comfortable with using it, is I've got a little die cut sheet already. So all I'm going to do is I tend to take up and just apply where I want it. You could go over your piece of card and then die cut it after. It's how you feel comfortable with working. This is a little bit fragile, this little leaf. It's very detailed. And this is our beautiful fern leaf die. So you can use it with the stencil or without the stencil. It's that detailed. So I'm using a bit of olive gold, a little bit of brush bronze as well. And I'm just applying it to my card. And this is just a good quality cardstock as well. Let's go with a bit more. There we go. So you've got a splodge on there. Go in with the heat gun and melt it down. And this seems to seal it straight into the cardstock. So what you would do is, once it's cooled right down, get yourself a little bit of kitchen roll. Give it a gentle buff. And you would just gently buff that up until you were happy with it, so that you then get the most beautiful, little leaf. As you can see, card on the back, and there you go. So for your paint, as I don't want to make the video too long for you, to get your paint, so we've done the sprays, we've done the waxes. So to do your paints, whether it be your gum arabic powder or whether it be your mica gum, all you're going to do, there's no difference again, is about 1/4 teaspoon of your gum, and it's quite a sticky product. So just make sure that you've got a little cloth handy to wipe your tools down. And we're going in with about, maybe that's a little bit too much, 1/4 teaspoon of your micas, and then we need a little bit of water, and the water just depends on if you just need to loosen it up a little bit. For me, I tend to just add as I need. So the gum is wetting it anyway. If you want it a little bit looser, then just get your mica powders in and just loosen it up. So it's got so many benefits. The waxes, the mica powders, the mica gums, you know. Mica powders are specialists for us. They're brought in because they have no binder in. They're all cosmetic grade. I use some for my makeup as well because they're brilliant. It's just trying to find a product, let's get a bit of scrap, that will work and complement all our other products. So as you can see, the amount of coverage that you get. If you made that into a little palette, I'm sure by spritzing it again with water, it would loosen up if it dried. So you could make your own palettes. So you can see how wonderful the coverage is by just adding your mica gums to it. And the sheen on our micas are amazing. I hope you found that really informative. If you're not sure of anything, then please just add a comment or email me, and I can always clarify any questions. Look forward to doing future videos with you. Thank you very much for joining me.